Gisele was the original stunner that stood out, even as the wife of Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Olivia Culpo is the former Miss Universe hitched to Christian McCaffrey. The battle for greatest model turned NFL wife is on display for debate, and you are the judge. Who you got? While Gisele commands the spotlight with her supermodel pedigree, Olivia takes a completely different approach to building her empire. Gisele's Instagram sits at 23 million followers, nearly 5 times larger than Olivia's 5 million. But raw numbers don't tell the whole story of how these two women leverage social media. Gisele's strategy revolves around selective sharing and mystique. Since welcoming her third child in early 2025, she's maintained a careful balance, sharing glimpses of her life while avoiding revealing her newborn's face or details. Her posts focus on wellness content, creating an aspirational but distant brand that feels untouchable. Olivia operates like a digital entrepreneur. She's known for her interactive approach, often asking questions in her captions and encouraging followers to participate in discussions. Where Gisele posts sparingly with philosophical captions, Olivia has churned out almost 5,000 posts, compared to Gisele's measured 600. She utilizes Instagram stories and live sessions to connect with fans in real time, sharing polls, Q&A sessions, and behind-the-scenes content that makes followers feel valued and involved. The engagement data reveals the difference in their approaches. Olivia averages 70,000 likes and 400 comments per post, creating a community that actively participates. Gisele's posts generate massive reach, but less intimate interaction. The supermodel mystique versus the accessible influencer. This sets up a fascinating question. Does Olivia's hands-on approach translate into real business power? Or does Gisele's exclusive brand command higher value per follower? Gisele's net worth sits at approximately 400 million, while Olivia's estimated net worth is about 10 million. The gap reveals how these women turned their platforms into completely different financial machines. Gisele launched her lingerie line in 2011, choosing to build her own brand rather than accepting a flat fee from an existing company. Her footwear line became one of the most sought-after products in the fashion world, selling over 250 million pairs worldwide. These weren't just endorsement deals. They were equity stakes that generated ongoing revenue streams. Her current estimated annual income sits around $33 to $40 million a year, much of it passive. Olivia took the opposite approach, building her empire through volume and accessibility. She opened 2 restaurants in Rhode Island and co-founded WAG, a vodka-based canned drink. Her biggest income stream comes from influencer marketing, where top influencers like her can earn up to $100,000 per sponsored post depending on engagement. Rather than owning product lines outright, she monetized her 5 million followers through brand partnerships. The numbers tell the story of 2 completely different wealth-building strategies. Gisele bet on ownership and exclusivity, fewer deals, but each one structured to pay her for years. Olivia chose volume and engagement, turning her social media presence into a content creation business that requires constant posting but offers immediate returns. But when controversy strikes, the differences in their approaches is stark. Gisele's response to criticism in early 2026 involved completely erasing traces of her former life from social media, sharing only shots of her children while avoiding any reference to past controversies. Her strategy centers on privacy and control, with insiders noting she's tired of all of the attention on her private life and just wants to do things her own way. Olivia faced intense backlash in 2024 when critics accused her of pushing a conservative agenda with her wedding dress choice and claiming she was thinking about your narrative rather than her marriage. Christian McCaffrey immediately jumped to her defense, and Olivia herself fired back directly as well. The couple faced another wave of criticism in 2025 when McCaffrey made controversial comments about breastfeeding during a podcast interview, followed by public scrutiny when Olivia was spotted breastfeeding their daughter during a 49ers game. Rather than retreating, Olivia addressed the criticism head-on through People magazine. Meanwhile, Gisele's approach of stepping back from public engagement has allowed her to maintain her mystique without affecting her business ventures. This reveals the fundamental difference in their crisis management. Gisele disappears and rebuilds in private, while Olivia doubles down and fights back publicly with her husband's full support. 5 years after her divorce with Tom Brady, Gisele's approach to protecting her wealth reveals the power of thinking beyond the marriage itself. The divorce showcased how Gisele had already built her business empire during peak earning years when she could negotiate from a position of strength. Her wealth was protected and preserved, designed to last generations regardless of what happens in her personal life. This comparison is a story of ownership versus engagement. Gisele's fortune is designed to compound while she steps back from public life, protected by prenuptial agreements and diversified across real estate and equity positions. Olivia's wealth requires her to maintain relevance and posting schedules to sustain income. Olivia's approach maximizes current income but requires constant content creation. It's still early in her tale and she is still in her prime earning years. The question is, how long will that last? And will she build enduring wealth through ownership the way Gisele has? Subscribe for more NFL Empire breakdowns.